Hello everyone, welcome to my build video. It's another in areas. As you know, I make a few videos on the Inarius set. I like to farm with this set more than I do the others because I'm not the pet build kind of type. I actually hate pets. So yeah, let's get into the build. We can start off with the cube. The the build is focused around the passive damage of bone armor. And from the Inarius 6 set bonus, you get the damage increase. You get the 750 activation damage, then you get the full damage of the 2750 all the time. So in the cube, as we run around passively killing everything in this build, we need as much damage as possible, base damage, and we do that through the Relina's Shadow Hook and our summary of the essence pool. So I'm at 330 because I have secondary. It's very important to have secondary max essence on your gear. This build have a few issues around the juggernauts, as many other builds has. That's why we run with reservoir in the simulacrum skill. So in the cube, of course, Relina's Shadow Hook, we use Nemesis Bracers for proccing elites. That's stupid not to have. Then, since we're using Frostburn, we need to have Ring of Royal Grandeur. And as for gear, I run with 5-piece. It has to be the boots, legs, chest, head, and shoulders because we're running with the Frostburn gloves. For weapon, I use Tragurs, and that's mandatory. You need that extra damage when you have cursed stuff. I run with Break's Wrath together with Aura Frailty. Super cool, synergistic together with Spreading Malediction. So that all comes together. And on top of that, we run with Strong Arm Bracers and have a 30% damage multiplier every time Break's Wrath pulls everything in. So you can basically just see that the damage is just adding on all the time as long as you're running through and this ring pull everything to you and the bone stuff kill it off. We run with the Frostburn. We get an increase in cold damage and then we get a 50% chance to freeze enemies. That works with the Bone Storm and also when you activate Bone Storm. So that's really to proc your crisp and sentence all the time. Then we run with Haunted Visions, and that is to increase the duration of our double essence through the reservoir and simulacrum. And the health drain is not really an issue because we're using Devour with Cannibalize, so we constantly get life. And the fact that we are basically invulnerable when we run Boon of the Hoarder. As again, we run with strong arm bracers, super cool bracers. I was lucky finding these, so that multiplier you can really feel that. Then of course crisp and sentence are mandatory. That's where a lot of our damage comes from when you get that triple thing, the triple proc. When you get that off, your damage explodes. And then since we're not running Ingium in this build, we need some run speed, and we get that from Lost Time. And that also procs a speed decrease together with the Bane of the Trapped. So basically here you get your movement speed. And at the same time we use Bone Armor with the Frost Rune, and that also increases our movement speed. So we don't really need Ingium, to be honest. For skills, we use Aura Frailty to pull everything in as we run along with the Break's Wrath ring. Then we run with Bone Spirit and the Charm, the Possession rune. Every time you charm, that also procs the third, the triple bonus of the Crisp and Sentence. So this should be used on bosses. It will not work on Juggernauts. That's why you use Reservoir to kill off Juggernauts, or just leave them. I don't like to leave them, but for example, in in the other build, what's it called, the Tragul, stupid play style where you do everything within a 10-second window and then you wait another 1 minute. And so anyway, blood rush metabolism, I just like the extra charge. I should just move around. Simulacrum again, reservoir, bone armor, harvest of anguish to get the cold damage running and also to get the movement increase. And then devour, cannibalize, and this is synergistic with your bone possession. So every time you devour a corpse, this removes cooldown on a charge. And this you can unlock. For passives, I use standalone, and basically you don't really need it, but then again you do, because in the start of a fight, until you get some gold running for your gold wrap and your toughness gets up, I just like this to survive the initial encounters. Then of course mandatory overwhelming essence. We need as high an essence pool as possible. Spreading malediction, also really good passive, because you're constantly pulling everything in and you're cursing it with your aura frailty. Then final service, and that's just for that unlucky time where you don't pick up gold or something. It's really nice to have this. And as for follower, I use the Enchantress because she can make everything into chickens, which will also proc the Crispin Sentence third triple bonus. And then she has the Thunder Fury to also proc speed decrease. And of course the Ace of Johann to pull everything together. That's doesn't really matter, you're doing that yourself, but whatever works. And now my damage is not too high, so for T13 you should, it would be nice to have higher damage, but this is just to show you the potential of this build. So let's try and have a T13 run. So basically you just run through everything. You need to start up by getting your bone armor running, and that would be nice with a pack that has. So now we're at, then you use possession on these. That's a yellow juggernaut, so we use reservoir. Juggernauts are really annoying. And then just keep moving. New boss, trying to get a possession on them. See how he died pretty fast. So sometimes it can be tricky to actually find the boss and get possession on him. Get a bone spirit off. But yeah, you just pull everything to you and bone stuff kills it off. And you occasionally just use a possession. Is he a juggernaut? He is. Unfortunately, reservoir is not up, so he can be a pain to kill. But bone spirits still do damage even though it cannot charm the juggernaut. So you can still use it. Get a bone possession on the boss there. So it's just super easy to play. So go here. They cannot be charmed either, so Bone Storm taking care of him anyway. And remember to keep your bone armor up all the time. Never let it drop. That's very important. Possession on these blues. Possession. Juggernaut again, then we use reservoir. Juggernaut is really an annoying affix on bosses, but I guess it had to be something to not make it too easy. Sort of like Diablo 2 and the Frost wizard there, where you met mobs immune to fire. Oh, sorry, immune to cold, of course. That could be a pickle. So my reservoir is down, that's not so good. But still, we can just use. It's still 4,000 damage on that frog there. Frailty. Yeah. Frailty aura, just kill it off. So yeah, it's not the quickest build at all, but it's very laid back. You can just basically just control your mouse and use I use right click for Bone Spirit, and then Reservoir when Juggernaut or Rift Guardian, and always use this because this activation also procs your Frostburn and makes your Crispin Sentence go triple damage. So that's the build. Thanks for watching, and if you like the build or like the video, subscribe to my channel, give a comment, something. That would be much appreciated. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.